Shalom, brothers and sisters, children of Abba. You're on the DOE. I am his daughter. I'm the daughter of Elohim. I go by life lessons sometimes, depending on what you're spitting. But I'm Miss Natalie, if you know. August the 7th at 4:35 a.m. This jump, churn in my spirit. So here I sit on the other side of life, the side where even the valley is plentiful and bright. How'd I get here? When life brought its challenges, I had to persevere. So here I sit on the other side of strife, and how'd I get here? Knowing in the spirit that my harvest was ripe. So here I sit, bruised, scarred, and sore. The hardship I've endured, my body can't ignore. But how'd I get here? Daily I learn to trust my Abba more and more. Now here I sit in a land that Elohim promised. Promises are true for his obedient sons and daughters. Where do you sit? Is it time to get started? Acknowledge him in all your ways. You'll see the beauty when you navigate through the uncharted waters. Here I sit. I'm literally sitting, but here I sit. Something about a real child of God that I'm so glad in 2024 that the seed was planted before I was placed in my mother's womb. See, there were times I travailed, there were times I worshiped, there were times I cried. There were times that I just got beat up, bruised up, and scarred up. You see, one thing I realized, most of his children are. Why? Because he's going to take you down through there to let you know you are not that. Very, very simple. I said it once, and I'm going to say it again. Something so precious about a heart that walks through hell with gasoline draws and still come out with the love of God. See, I see that some people walk and they think that they're living through hell. They think that they're living in hell. Boy, oh boy, when the veil comes off your eyes and you realize what hell really is. My spirit say, go ahead and free yourself. I'm not even going to try to do the Fantasia. We're not going to do that. I done sung on here quite a few times and it all comes out the same. But I be making a joyful noise. I do. How you free yourself? How? Some of us sat in church our whole life and didn't even know we was in bondage. How do you free yourself? First, you got to identify what's bound. Start with your identification of what in you is bound. What are you bound to? What have others spoke over you and bound you to? What did you bind yourself to? Because if you can acknowledge these things, thus begins the process. Be very, very aware that when the process begins, for instance, when I said I'm done with blah, everybody that had blah popped up. See, it's going to test you out. I'm your breakthrough cheerleader. And I am a cheerleader of the breakthrough because by the grace of God, I broke through. My Lord. I'm going to let that ride for now. Y'all. 2024 is the season of miracles. If you have already entered into everyday new mercies, I see. I'm looking. I'm expecting. That's what our Abba loves, that childlike faith. Like I be like a real child before my Father. I do. Shalom, y'all.